Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Field of Glory Kingdoms as we're playing as France. So the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode, as we're continuing this war against the Normans, is I've already split this army into two, so that we can go ahead and take care of this rebellion. Because I don't know how long this siege will take if we want to do it properly and wait until we reach those walls. And so let's just go ahead and send this small army over here, which will take 2 turns just to wipe out these troops. There's really not much here. They're not very powerful and their leader's not very good. And I'm not going to assign a leader to this small army because we frankly don't have anybody who's decent. You know, we have some characters that have a bit of defense, but if we want somebody who's loyal, then we don't have anybody who has a point in attack or any good traits. Most of our nobles here are disloyal to us. So I'm not going to put them in charge of an army, even a small one. And so we'll just send them without a leader. And again, that'll take them 2 turns, and then we'll have the main force continue the siege. We currently have 3 progress tokens. And Aquitaine is proposing a trade deal. So I want to take a look at what they're offering here. It's money for a unit. So we're going to go ahead and reject that treaty. Not many notifications this turn. We did get a new regional decision to attract migrants. I think we've had this one before. I don't know if this is one we're going to want to use. We'll have to see if there's any locations where it would be beneficial. Really, you want to use it somewhere that isn't going to result in you losing pops from one province to another. Like if you have a low loyalty location. But yeah, like if you're looking at all the areas around here, maybe you could get 1 or 2 extra freemen. Loyalty has to be under 75 though, so there might not be very many options. Like we see here, theirs is at 75. Looks like this location could grant a population. This is the only other location that has a loyalty below 75, so just these 2 here. Okay, I guess we'll use it right here then, to try and get the population from this location. One of their freemen. Yeah, why not? And let's also do the spy on nobility. Put that in our capital. Costs us 50 money. Looks like we only got construction done in one of our provinces. That's in the capital, Paris, where we're already at the building slot cap. Looks like they also just finished up with the construction of the wooden church here. So let's get something else going. I think we're going to do maybe the fortified manor. Yeah, we'll get that. I'm going to try to increase the fortification to many of our locations, many of our provinces. And yeah, just got some additional population, which will have them investing in the growth there. So taking a look at the siege. So this should be quick now because we did reach one of the walls. And our army will be here in 1 turn. Which is good because they might end up taking control of that soon. So here's the battle against the rebels. We'll go ahead and go through it real quick. They did bring some archers, kind of weaken these units. But overall, these guys are all very weak. Don't have good combat power. And so this should go in our favor. Although, they just did a little bit of damage to our early spearmen here. Alright, so yeah, we killed them. Excellent. And no longer have to worry about these rebels. So now we'll need to move that army back, although it seems like we just took control of that province there. So we got +3 authority this turn, and thus we are now the highest in the whole world when it comes to authority. And we also got another progress token, so we're at 4 now. I clicked through that a little too quick, but that was interesting. Looks like we did... We're also getting some offers here. Provence wants to cooperate with us. I'll take a look at that here in a little bit. Yeah, we did just have a daughter. Okay, despite the fact that our character is 71 and his spouse is 56, I assume this is with our concubine. You know, it doesn't really, I don't think it really has a system of like bastards or anything like that. As you can see, she is still part of our dynasty, but you know, there's no way that our 56-year-old wife had a child. I mean, maybe she did because the game doesn't really consider age, I suppose. But a very simple dynastic system. It's nothing like CK3, guys, so do keep that in mind. And so that's how you get some some oddities there. Now we did conquer this province, and so you may have noticed that we're now at 19 of 18 for our size. So as someone pointed out in the comments of the last episode, it seems that I was misunderstanding how these numbers worked. So that is not the cap for how many provinces we can own. The cap is actually this one here that you see in parentheses, authority gain up to 26. It says that the value in parentheses indicates a maximum size that still maintains authority. And so yeah, we can have up to 26. And that's just the size we need, I think, to progress to the next level. Which we're very close to doing so now, since we did just get another progress token. And the next one is a young kingdom. And that gives us this bonus here for absorbing our vassals that I talked about in the previous episode. Let's go through our notifications. I suppose we'd want to use this new one in Artois. Because if we look at this location, there's actually 2 possible freemen we can get, because I didn't see here in Flanders that they also have the lower loyalty in addition to Luxembourg. And so I think that's where we should use this regional decision. It will cost us 100 money, but again, we're doing very good when it comes to money. Now, the health of the king has degraded to 4. He's getting older. He's 71 years old currently, and so he's not likely to last much longer. Alright, so with those 2 battles won, we've dealt with the rebellion and we've taken over the Norman capital. Now, while we could conquer both of these 2 locations, since we have the ability to get up to the 26 provinces, I don't know if we want to do that, because remember we get that penalty if we just conquer all of Normandy without doing the peace treaty. And it might be better to just go after this location, siege it down, take it, and then maybe do a peace treaty with the Normans. Just so we don't get that penalty. Now, we did finish up the construction of a few different things, it looks like. So this is where we got that stud. So now we have the horses. Could get the stable, increasing equipment, giving you that nice bonus there. But I think we're going to get something else. Maybe the seed storage? Yeah, let's do that. This isn't really a location where we build units. So we'll get the seed storage here, and then we also get something constructing in this location. So let's go after probably the traders again. It's just worth so much. And I want to take a look at our 2 provinces here and see if we want to change up what our pops are doing, which I think we do. Let's actually move this guy over to food, and let's move both of these freemen over to here. Try and get this constructed a little bit quicker. Alright, so that looks good. Let's go over to the Norman capital, although we didn't look at what they currently have here. Just show you what they got. Not much currently. Norman capital has a lot more. So go through all these. They also have that port there, and we've already seen that they do have the higher fortification level. Got a fortune teller here. And I got the longhouses as well. And they're currently getting a farm constructed. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and switch these out. We don't really need the money. So focus on infrastructure and growth. So we'll get that done in 5 turns, which will help them grow, since they're growing pretty slow in this current location. Well, we also got an additional pop right here, which I suppose is just working on the food. Could get another building constructed. See, are we constructing both of these? We are not. Okay, so let's go ahead and build something here then. Let's get the hamlet for the manpower bonus. And give some other bonuses like loyalty. So we'll get that constructed. And I think we're good to go with just population that we've gotten in all these locations. We see how many of our provinces are growing. So I think that's it for this turn. We're gonna have both of our armies go over to this location, meet up, and then we'll merge them back into one army, since we only have the one leader at the moment. Because again, as we looked at, all of our leaders either suck or aren't very loyal. It's unfortunate so many of our nobles are quite disloyal. No progress token this turn, but we did just climb above Venice here when it comes to legacy, just by a little bit, just slightly above them. I didn't take a look at those offers that we got last turn, so we need to go through these. This is a cooperation with Provence. I don't see any reason not to agree to that, so yeah, let's go and say we agree. And then with this transaction here, let's see exactly what they're wanting. They're demanding that we cede them 2 regions for some money. No, let's not do that. So we're going to reject that proposal. It's a little ridiculous, honestly. So we're working on the siege here. Should be quick, particularly once we get that next unit there. We finish up with the brickworks in Calais. All right, excellent. We'll see what we want to get next. Let's go ahead and get the well for the health and the infrastructure bonus there. And seems like this is the only other location that got something constructed. It's a storyteller, so that's where we got that extra legacy from. We've been working on getting those in some of our provinces, since we have fallen behind when it comes to the legacy. So there are a few buildings here I don't think we've seen yet, like the Salt House and the Town Jail. I think we're going to go ahead and get the Timber Wall, continue to increase the fortification here. Since it is way down here, it'd take a while for our army to get over there if we were to get attacked from the south. So I think it's worth investing in. And we did get a new regional decision to liberate a region. Let's go and take a look at that. The targeted region is abandoned. If it had been the previous seat of power of a now defeated nation, the people there might recreate it. If not, a small independent kingdom will appear. So we're giving up one of our provinces. I don't know why we would ever want to do that. I mean, there might be some circumstances where it makes sense, like if a province is more troublesome than it's worth, but I just don't see that being the case with anything that we own now or maybe even later. So let's just go ahead and sell this, because we get some money, some manpower, and some metal. We're at the point, I don't know if you guys noticed that when we were in here, that we're now in the overflow for manpower and metals, and so we're only gaining 38%. Remember, we can't get any more standing army units. Now this has changed a little bit, because we can now have 15, but that's how many we have as well. So eventually we'll get some more of those. But basically we can only get light archers or like one of the levy units. So we could just wait. I mean, this army is pretty powerful for like just who we're facing around us. I don't know how we do against, say, England. However, all the countries around us that we might end up fighting are pretty weak. We did take over that one province. Alright, so we'll want to merge these 2 armies. And then we can start sending them over there. Let's send them here for now. And we'll have to see if they'll agree to a peace treaty. Probably not. Not one that I want. We'll contact them and see what they're willing to give us. Have some embezzlement, so problems in the provinces with the peers of the realm again. We got the recruit local units regional decision. Alright, so let's go ahead and contact the Normans and see what kind of peace treaty they'd actually agree to. I mean, they're defeated, so really they should give us whatever we want, but you know they're not going to. We do want them to abandon their claim on Paris, and that's a 100% acceptance chance. That's a pretty fair offer. But what I want is, at the very least, both of these 2 provinces. I'd also like this one though as well. So as for those 2, that's a 14% chance. They're just not willing to accept. And if you send in this one, it's a 0% chance. Okay. And I also wanted them to become our vassal. And so I think we might just have to completely conquer them. And then just take the 5-turn penalty that we'll get. It does result in all the provinces not being as useful for those 5 turns. But I think it's better than having to do an additional war for this territory. It allows us to focus on another area. We did finish up some construction in several of our provinces, including getting that storyteller. Alright, so let's go and get something else started. I suppose we'll get the reinforced palisade. Increase the fortification here. Also got the seed storage. So let's go and get something else working on. Oh, there's a barber. I don't think we've seen that before. Probably going to get the fortified manor here. Again, just working on construction for, you know, anything that would improve. Again, this is another one. That improves that fortification. You know what, this one here is pretty solid, so I think that's what we're going to get. Doesn't take up a slot either. So yeah, we'll work on that. And then on our new province here, might want to move the population around. We're getting the wood cutting currently. Yeah, just don't need them to work on money. And so we'll get them started on the growth and continue working on the construction as well. Man, growth is going to take forever here. Okay, well, once they finish with this, maybe we'll have them work on something that grants the province some food. So just a couple more turns, and then we'll have the Normans defeated. They know what it is, so they're over here offering us peace, but I'm sure it's not going to be giving us anything that we want to. Just abandon the claim and giving the concessions. AI is not very fair with their offers. As we've seen, they rarely give you anything you actually want. Did get some increased stewardship there because of that construction we did. And also got the regional decision from HiJynx to Freeman. So we'll probably want to use that somewhere. But let's go and get our army moving over to the Norman province here. And then we'll go through all of our provinces. It looks like we just did a lot of construction. So since we had so many locations finish up their construction in one turn, I went ahead and just got everything building. So a lot of things I'm working on is for the fortification. Over here, this was not a building that finished constructing. Instead, a poacher has appeared. And that's one of the negative buildings that you need to get rid of with the remove hostilities regional decision, which we do not have any of those available currently. So yeah, it's a negative one because we have that hunting reserve here. In Valois, we finish up the alarm bell, and now we have the fortified village being constructed. Got the hamlet, and now the rudimentary earthworks. Fortified manor, and that is all that they can construct until they grow in 3 turns. Over here we weren't building anything, so I started up the spinning mill for flax. They do have flax available here. I don't know if we're already using it for anything, but yeah, it's gonna grant us some really nice bonuses. I'll show you exactly what you're gonna get here. Infrastructure and money, and then it produces the cloth. And so this will improve some of the structures that are in the province, granting more infrastructure and money. And then you also get the sturdy outfit, reduction in equipment cost by 10%. That applies only to these units here. And I think that's it. Oh, let me take that back. There's one location over here where we're getting the cattle branch. So yeah, a lot of construction finished up for just one turn. In the next turn, we're going to be attacking that the last of the provinces of Normandy. Again, we'll just get them completely annexed and take that penalty. Unfortunately, we did lose a bit of authority here. Want to see exactly why. Might have been just the claims that are currently on us. Our peasants gathered some extra food. Also, those fortified manors getting us the stewardship. And there's an epidemic happening right here. I don't know if it's because I don't have any health buildings. That might be the case. And that's given us some pretty serious penalties here. We also lost authority because there's marauders in Brabant. Seems like a coordinated effort, so yeah, probably due to some regional decision that another country took. We got the build a harbor regional decision. So let's see where all we can use that. Let's go ahead and do it in Calais. That'll get you the level 1 harbor there. So we'll start working on that, and then also we had one decision I wanted to take earlier, but didn't. The from HiJynx to Freeman. Let's do that right here. Let's make use of some of those regional decisions. Now we need to take care of our construction. Finished up with the fortified manor. So let's go ahead and we'll get the farm. Got that earthworks over here. Might go for the food since that's a lot of additional food there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then we have this location finishing up that hamlet. And so let's go after, I'm thinking the brickworks. Could also do the Freeman cottages because we already have a lot when it comes to infrastructure. Yeah, you know what, let's do that. That'll increase the health, money, stewardship, and the manpower. So a lot of good bonuses there. So I took a look at the province that we're sieging here. I want to take a look at that trade deal in a minute. And again, they're proposing peace, but I highly doubt we'll want to accept it. But yeah, I took a look here, and they do have one wall But the siege will be quick. This shouldn't take us very long, guys. We can go and take a look at these two offers. So one of them is coming from Normandy. Again, it's going to be a terrible offer. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and reject that. And Flanders continues to make this garbage offer. 200 money for 2 provinces. Yeah, just terrible. I don't know why the AI doesn't seem to like register those points and like the value of you know, different clauses they can add to the treaty. It just results in them giving you just terrible offers. So they need to improve that. So we are losing the authority due to these claims. So we'll need to work on that. We did get the ability to deploy a spy network. Okay, you know what? We might use that in England. Yeah, let's deploy a network in England. And this is kind of a weird notification. Beset by ailments, her spouse has taken leave of her role for good. What does that even mean? Like, we know that that means she's not here as our spouse anymore, but it's not really a role. I mean, you could say that it means she's stepped back and isn't helping rule or whatever. You know, is no longer in public, but she's still your spouse. She didn't divorce you. I guess they just don't want to say she's dead. I don't know. It's kind of strange because, you know, it's till death do you part. So, yeah, we should still be married to her. So we're still doing the siege here. It looks like we did inflict some casualties on the defender. So let's go and use that regional decision to deploy a spy network. And we want to do that here in London, in the petty kingdom of England. That will cost us a bit of authority, but that's okay. Let's go through our construction. We got a farm here, and we're going to do the irrigation system next. Yeah, that one produces a lot of food. Over here, we got the well completed, and they're doing that harbor as well from the regional decision that we took. We can get something else started here. Let's do the storyteller for more legacy. Always trying to improve that legacy. Got the Freeman cottages. So next we'll work on maybe the potter's workshop, since they do have the clay pit here. So that's going to result in a bit more money. And it produces pottery. And I think that's it. We just got some additional population in many of our locations. So I think we're going to end our turn as we're continuing this siege. Trying to get the Normans finished up. Shouldn't be very many turns, guys. So we did get an additional progress token. Excellent. Lost a bit of authority because we took that one decision. And France can be reformed as the Kingdom of France. We need to see the nation panel, so that'll take us right here. So we can change our government to Kingdom, Civilization level 2. Until you do so, you'll get an increased instability penalty. Be sure not to slip into the lowest tier of the progress chart, or you'll lose the possibility to evolve. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that now. I don't know why we wouldn't want to do that. And so that'll allow us to move to the Young Kingdom. And we did finish up that siege as well, so that means the Normans are completely conquered and all these provinces are now directly controlled by us. We now own them. And they're currently getting a clay pit. We're going to move the population around as we generally do. In fact, let's go and move one of these freemen over towards working on the food. I do not have a lot of food here. They just get the food storage, which only produces 2 food. See what else they currently have. So nothing really exciting here. Let's go through our notifications. So we got that increased authority. Also got some increased stewardship from the timber keep that was constructed in Artois. We again got the peasants to freemen. Okay, so we'll have to make use of that. And of course we defeated the Normans, and we took the money they had in their treasury, 83. And our spy network in England is expanding. We set up some agents there. And this has also produced the new domain here, or region as I've been calling it. So it's a really large one. And so this is one where you would want to probably put up here the realm. Could even move one of the current pair of the realms that we have. Like our brother here, who has good loyalty. Could always move him over to here. Or just find somebody else who would do that job really well. I don't think we have anybody available who's loyal at the moment. I suppose we do have our son here, but he is leading that army. Could have him do this. But there's another option here. Another son who has really good loyalty. His administration's okay. Piety's not very high. He's best at military. I think that's fitting for Normandy. His trait's not going to give us any bonuses here in this location, but why not put him here? I'm going to create another peer of the realm. Because again, this is a lot of provinces, so you do want to get some nice bonuses there for the authority, local experience gain, and then that chance to convert population. Let's go through all of our provinces where we finish up construction. We got the Timber Keep here in Artois. We're going to get the Fortified Manor here. Also finish up construction here, Reinforced Palisade. And unfortunately, we might be missing some places where we're finishing construction because if they grow at that same time, then it's really easy to miss that you also finish the construction. Let's do the logging camp. And then we can always just kind of dip through our provinces, make sure everybody's building. You know, like here's another location. They're not building anything. So we can get something started for them. Maybe the cemetery or the hamlet, we can get that as well. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, just go through each of our provinces, make sure they're all working on something. Now, some of the places we were not building because we were instead allowing them to assist. But I feel like we're doing pretty good when it comes to infrastructure, and all of our provinces are building relatively quickly. I could get the scribe here for additional legacy. Could just get the storyteller, in which case it won't hit the piety, but you won't get as much legacy. Let's do that. Also might just want to move these guys around because we don't really need them working on the money. Maybe bring them over here or even over here. Neither one of these is going to have any effect on the growth or the infrastructure, so it doesn't matter where we put them. Yeah, again, just go through all of our locations. We finished up that Potter's Workshop here. That was pretty quick. That only took like a turn. Let's get the brickworks next. We do have an additional building slot here now. We weren't able to construct anything before because we had hit that building cap, but since they just grew, we could get the restored aqueduct for a huge bonus to health. Also increases the regional loyalty. Or a tournament ground. They don't even have a wooden church here yet. What do they have? The Pilgrim's Refuge. Okay. So let's get them a church. This is a highly populated location. They don't even have the church, so we'll do that. Increase the piety there. And we just go through the rest of these provinces and make sure they're constructing. This location isn't. I think that's because we were constructing in both of these two. But again, I think we're going to go ahead and make sure that all of our locations are now constructing. Suppose we'll get them the prayer bell since I don't have anything in this category at the moment. I think that should be good everywhere. Yeah, we're good to go. Everybody's currently working on construction. We can go and move our army since we're done here. I suppose our next enemy would be Anjou. Could also do Upper Lorraine. I think it makes the most sense to go after them next. So we'll start moving our army over there. Could also have them come over to this location, but they gotta go through this province anyways. Yeah, let's go and end our turn. So upgrading to a young kingdom did result in us losing a lot of authority there. We're now known as the Kingdom of France. And so from a young kingdom, we can become a stable kingdom. It's not going to change anything, I don't think, as far as like the modifiers go. It seems Gascon was attacked by Aragon, and that's our ally, and therefore we've now been pulled into that war to assist them. The only way to get down there would be to go by sea or to just, you know, conquer everybody in between Anjou and Aquitaine. I think we're kind of friendly with Aquitaine. So in Antwerp they gained some extra food, and we did get the regional decision to instill a revolt. So that's one we haven't gotten yet, and that would allow us to reduce the loyalty of a province. It does have to be a neighboring province though. So we're a bit limited where all we could use it. We couldn't use it against, say, Aragon or even against England. Only use it in these locations. So I suppose you could reduce the loyalty here even further. They have a 3% revolt risk. And then if they rebelled, then you could try and conquer it. You'd need to be in the area to take advantage of it though. So you might just want to hold on to it for now. since we're talking about attacking AGEOD next. So let's go through all of our construction. We got the wood cutting. So next we'll get the Pilgrim's Refuge, since we don't have anything here in the Hyatt category just yet. Got the Trader's Burrow as well, so it's going to increase the amount of income that they are producing. Maybe do the Herbalist next. Yeah, we'll get that. Get them a health building, because it doesn't look like they have any just yet, and their population's at 12, which I think is when you start to have those issues with the health. Got the Storyteller in Calais, increasing our legacy. So might want to get the Prayer Bell here, or the Hamlet. I guess we'll do the Prayer Bell here as well. Now up here, where they got the discrete hamlets, again, this is pretty far away from the center of our territory, so I think we should work on getting the fortification. Let's see if there's anything else we might want to get instead. No, let's get the earthworks. Now I did notice that Paris now has an additional building slot. So let's work on maybe the regional road, since that won't take up that slot and gives us increased infrastructure money and also a commerce and trade acumen bonus. So we're going to get that. And then we'll still be able to get something else constructing there. We got additional population in these two provinces, and got them working on food in both of them. Might switch this guy over to food. Just kind of speed up that growth just a little bit. Finish up with the Trader's Burrow over here. Could get the farm. I think we'll do another Prayer Bell. And then there's one location left, all the way down here in the south, and probably going to want to get those village roads. So we'll work on that. Alright, so that's all the construction notifications. Let's go to the next turn. So in between turns, I was thinking about it, and I wasn't planning on ending the series here. I'd intended to do several more episodes. However, I think we are going to end it here before we start another war, going against AGEOD, conquering the rest of our neighbors. I think this is a good look at the game and what it has to offer. You know, my one issue with it being the turn times, which at this point it's taken about 1 minute and 20 seconds in between the turns, which is kind of a pain for recording. But as I said in episode 1, other than that issue, I have been enjoying the game. Now, not everybody's going to like the gameplay loop of this particular title, where, as you can see, you're spending a lot of time just selecting the next building that you're going to be constructing. That's a major component of the game. Moving the population around, you don't do too much of that. Once you got it the way you want it, you might need to make some adjustments just based on what you're doing. But overall, I don't think you got to micromanage the population too much. But the building construction, that is a major component of the economic system in this game. And then the other main thing you're managing is your troops, of course. You got the regional decisions. I really like these. It's kind of a unique element, and they do some cool stuff with this. So I like the regional decisions. And the warfare is fun enough. Overall, again, I do like the title. And I think this is a good look at what it has to offer, so you can make an informed decision on whether or not this is the game for you. I suppose another negative of the game is that there's not more to do with the money. As you can see, we're pretty stacked up on it, and outside of granting gifts, there's not a whole lot to do with money. You got the regional decisions, we take those ones that we want to, and of course we could be building additional troops. At this point, because we're doing so well in every category, it makes sense to build up another army or even add to this one, though I think this one's pretty powerful for what we will need it for the armies we'll be facing. They're pretty good. Unfortunately, all of our nobles and our families suck when it comes to being military leaders, so we wouldn't have anybody really good to lead that second army, but I think we should. That would be another thing to do, to spend some of these resources, since we're stacked on manpower and metal and on the money. And so creating a second army would allow us to invade 2 different locations at once, maybe go against Upper Lorraine here while you're also attacking AGEOD. The only issue with that plan is the authority, because every time you're declaring war, you're losing some authority. And so, you know, attacking 2 countries at once, even insignificant ones that don't cost that much authority, we don't have any claims on these either. But even then, that would result in us losing a lot of authority overall, because it wouldn't take very long to conquer either one of these 3 countries. That would be an option. It just gives you a bit more military flexibility too, if you have the additional army to move around, deal with rebellions and that kind of stuff. So again, I wasn't planning on ending the series this early. However, there is another series I'd like to start this week, in addition to some more Sins of the Solar Empire content that we'll be having early in the week. And with upgrading to the kingdom rank, I pretty much showed everything I wanted to show outside of succession. We haven't shown that, but our king lived a lot longer than expected at 75. He'll likely die soon, but who can say? Maybe he'll last for quite a few more turns. That was the only other thing I really wanted to show that we haven't yet seen. I hope you guys did enjoy this series. If you did, make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. If you have purchased the game and you're playing it, let me know what you're thinking. I know quite a few people have stated in the comments that they were considering picking up the game. It might be on sale right now. I don't know, I'd have to take a look, but there's that summer sale going. It's a new game, so if it was on sale, it wouldn't be a very steep one, maybe just 10% or 20% or something like that. But yeah, Steam is having that summer sale, so maybe it's got a little discount or something. Maybe you got to wait a few months and then pick it up on a discounted price. Because perhaps you're like me, you got a big old backlog of games and don't really need to be purchasing a new one. Anyways, that is going to be it for this series. I do hope to see you guys on another video, and thanks for watching.